is our daily morning show, and we have a couple of things to discuss about this morning. Yeah, last night there were four Champions League games. The Sporting CP game against Bodo Glimt that ended up to be a 5-0 victory for Bodo Glimt. Actually, that was the most surprising and shocking result for me. And I didn't expect that Sporting CP was going to demolish and destroy the Bodo Glimt team with a very good run. I think they've won their last 5 games in the Champions League. And the next game was Man City against Real Madrid. I actually predicted a 2-1 win for Real Madrid against Man City because I felt like City was going to come all out, and the usual tactics for Abelua against Madrid, just sit deep and use the counter against Man City, which worked for Madrid. Yeah, Bernardo Silva was sent off. He got a red card. He was sent off, and it was a crazy game. Late goal from Vini Jr. made it 2-1. He scored a penalty earlier on, and it was a 2-1 win. Then we have the Arsenal game. I predicted the Arsenal game to be a 2-1 win for Arsenal at the Emirates. It ended up to be a 2-0 victory for Arsenal. So it was well deserved for Arsenal. The Arsenal is through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. The only English team that is through to the quarterfinals. So let's see if the other English teams will be able to go through. Chelsea have been knocked out by PSG. The aggregate is 8-2. That's a really, really crazy one. Honestly, it's a really crazy one. Chelsea fans are disappointed. They are just screaming on the internet space. The players, their coach, Liam Rosenio, and so many other things that the Chelsea fans are saying on the internet. Yeah, but it's a well-deserved victory for PSG. PSG are through to the quarterfinals. Real Madrid are through to the quarterfinals. Arsenal and Sporting CP, all four teams are through to the quarterfinals. So let's see. Later on today, we have more games. Newcastle playing away from home at Camp Nou against Barcelona. We have Tottenham coming home actually to play against Atletico de Madrid. We have Liverpool against Galatasaray at Anfield, and Bayern against Atalanta. It's going to be really interesting. BG Army, Anish Khan, welcome back to the channel, guys. Also Dildo, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you guys had an amazing night rest. Welcome back. Dildo says Morocco won on email. Now that's a crazy one, honestly. I'm really not happy with what CAF did there with Morocco. Honestly, it is really crazy. With everything Morocco did at the AFCON, and they are still giving the decision in favor of Morocco. That shows how corrupt the CAF governing body is. They are talking about Article 82 and 84. The referee on the pitch there, what did he do? Yeah, what did the referee at the pitch do? Now, will you go back to give Senegal the goal that was scored, that the referee blew the whistle? Are you going to give them the goal? It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy. Sakadao Kota says Hala Madrid. Yeah, bro, Hala Madrid. Giro Formoso says hi. Dodi Sport says hello. Guys, if you're just joining the channel, let us know where you're connecting from and the team you support. It's also another match day for the UEFA Champions League games. We did watch along yesterday for the Madrid game, and we also have big games as well today. We are going to be doing live watch along for Tottenham against Atletico de Madrid. We have Liverpool playing at home to Galatasaray, Bayern Munich, Atalanta, and which game is the fourth game? Yeah, Barcelona against Newcastle in Camp Nou. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Giro Formoso, where are you connecting from? Anishkan says Vini gave good performance today but missed too many chances. To be honest, I want to see prime Vini once more. Yeah, Vinicius had a very good game, and you are very correct. He missed a couple of chances. Yeah, I think he should have gotten a hat trick. Yeah, he should have gotten a hat trick last night. Twice he volleyed the ball very, very high, and I was like, come on, Vini, why can't you bring it down? Why taking it that high? But ultimately, he had a very, very good performance. At least in the absence of Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, and other key players, he stepped up and did amazing. Valverde got a hat trick in the first leg at the Bernabeu, while Vini got a brace at the Etihad Stadium. So it's a very good one for Madrid. BGMI says entire Africa should unite to kick Morocco from AFCON Cup. Man, it's crazy. CAF is citing the article 82 and 84. It is really, really crazy. Honestly, it is really, really crazy. Yeah. Citing the article 82 and 84. You did that in favor of Morocco. Now, what about what happened in the pitch? Man, it's just crazy. I saw some Moroccans in my comment section on Instagram. They were just saying nonsense, saying all sort of rubbish. Dildo says, "Come on, you Gunners, let's go Gunners, win the quarters." Arsenal is going to play Sporting CP. Yeah, I think that one is settled for Arsenal. Arsenal is definitely winning the quarterfinals. I see Arsenal already in the semi-finals. Honestly, I do. QT says all the African countries should boycott it now. Yeah, it is. It is really, really crazy. Honestly, really crazy. Morocco did the same thing in that AFCON. I think they did the same thing in the AFCON they lost to Nigeria. They did all they could to do all sort of crazy stuff to be able to win the AFCON. Going against the rule, doing some crazy things, pointing lasers at the Nigerian players. And CAF still does not do anything about it. It's just so funny. As she says, we have shown fight against Pool in second half. Yeah, I was very surprised. I was very surprised with the performance of Liverpool in that game. I actually thought Liverpool was going to batter you guys like 4-5 nil. But you guys did well considering the precarious situation Spurs are currently in. Yeah, you guys did well to get a draw. Thunder Tropical says my favorite is Barcelona. Okay, you are a Visa Barca man. All right. BGMI says Noble, you know Sigma Olomouc draw with Mainz, bro. The Sigma Olomouc team is something else. What was the result? Zoro says hello, bro. Zoro, welcome back to the channel. Dildo says all Spurs fans saying remontada. LOL. Nah, there's no remontada for Spurs. I think it's 5-2, right? It's very much likely Atletico is going to beat Spurs. Yeah, it's very much likely that Atletico de Madrid is going to beat Spurs tonight. But let's see. As she says, we may not lose at home tonight. It's very likely, but even though I did not predict that game, I didn't predict the Spurs Atletico game. I just predicted 5 games, and out of the 5 games I predicted, 3 of my predictions have been accurate so far. It's remaining 2. I predicted a 2-1 win for Real Madrid last night against Manchester City. That was a very, very accurate score prediction, 100%. You guys can check my shorts video, by the way. Then I predicted a 2-1 victory for Arsenal against Leverkusen at the Emirates. The game ended up to be a 2-1 win the game ended up to be a 2-0 win for Arsenal. Then the Chelsea PSG game, I predicted that PSG was going to win 3-1. and it ended up to be a 3-0 victory for for PSG. It was indeed a very crazy game, honestly, but I knew Chelsea was not going to win at home. Yeah, Chelsea at the moment, they are very, very terrible. I knew they were never going to win at home. Yagza says, Adagule. Yagza, nice to have you on the channel. Are you connecting from Turkey? Anishkan says, Spurs fans are still thinking they can win. Atletico Madrid will crush your dreams. Yeah, it's all over for Spurs. Even if Spurs are able to get a win tonight, which I think they might, yeah, I'm not predicting that Spurs are going to win, but they might get a win. Even if they get a win, they are definitely going to get knocked out because they need at least 3-0 to get in the game, 4-0 to qualify. But let's see what's going to happen though. But I do think that Galatasaray is going to get a very good result against Liverpool. Yeah, Gala is going to get a result. And Newcastle will be very stubborn against Barcelona. But let's see. Dildo says, if Spurs get relegated, I wouldn't be shocked. It is written in their destiny. Therapy. Is it L10 Trappy says, Real Madrid, come on. Yeah, Madrid did amazing in both legs against Manchester City, winning Man City home and away. Nobody saw that coming. Yeah, it was a crazy one. Guys, if you're just joining, hit the like button and subscribe to Noble's View. Also, let us know where you're connecting from and the football team you support. L10 Trappy, where are you connecting from? Anishkan says, if Spurs win, I'll give to football spikes to BG Army. Arsenal 2003 says, okay, mate. The Arsenal man, I know you are happy you guys won. Welcome back to the channel, Arsenal 2003. Aniskan says, no, bro, I will gift you. Dildo says, if Spurs win the second leg, I will sell my house for free. If anyone wants, contact me. It's football, by the way. Very much possible Spurs can win. That draw against Liverpool possibly might give them the confidence they need to go into the game. Maybe win it 1-0 or win 2-1. But for sure, I know that Spurs would definitely get knocked out. Yeah. Muraturan says, hello, Turkey, Liverpool 2, Galatasaray 0. Oh, I see you are a Fenerbahce or a Besiktas fan. Because predicting a 2-0 victory for Liverpool against Galatasaray, you must be a Fenerbahce or a Besiktas fan. No doubt about it. And Iskan says, Noble, how Modric cost 100 million? Yeah, Modric, he was actually overpaid. Chelsea overpaid for him. That's a fact. Hoop Bulletin says Galatasaray. Yes, I think Gala has a chance. My prediction was a 2-1 win for Galatasaray. So guys, check that out. I made that predictions video yesterday, so you guys should check it out. Out of the 5 games I predicted, 3 have been accurate. I predicted a 3-1 win for PSG against Chelsea. It ended up to be a 3-0 victory. I predicted Arsenal 2-1 win against Leverkusen. Arsenal won 2-0. And finally, the Madrid game was the exact score prediction. 2-1 win for Madrid against Man City. And that was the outcome of the game. And for the Barcelona game, I predicted Newcastle is going to win Barcelona tonight, 1-0. So let's see that out. Then the last game is the Liverpool against Galatasaray. I predicted Liverpool is going to lose 2-1 with a Gala win. So let's check it out. I think Gala is going to go through to the quarterfinals, honestly. It's an unpopular opinion. And one thing about me is I don't even go with the general public opinion. I go with what I see and analyze in games. It might be different from other people. That's why I'm different. I do mine separately and how I see it, regardless of the team. So that's it. But I think Liverpool is going to get knocked out and Barcelona also. But let's see how it goes. TS Edit says, who will win Galatasaray Liverpool? I already said it. Gala is winning 2-1 against Liverpool. I think Gala is going to knock Liverpool out of the Champions League this season. Dennis Kagla says yes. Clive Harper says, what do you think about Senegal being stripped of the African Nations Cup? I think it's a disgrace. Yeah, bro. I already made a short video I posted on my channel last night. I saw that news while I was doing a live watch along for the Champions League games last night. And it was really, really annoying to see that the CAF in all their in all their mediocrity, in all their nonsense, choose to award the Nations Cup to Morocco after everything that happened in that tournament, after all the rubbish referee decisions, after what Morocco did in that final. I said it, and I said something on my Instagram that Morocco does not deserve to host any major tournament anymore, any football major tournament. Morocco does not deserve to host the World Cup, the Nations Cup, Olympic, Women's Nations Cup, whichever football tournament. Morocco does not deserve to host it anymore. Because with the nonsense we saw in Morocco during the last AFCON, even senior players like the likes of Ashraf Hakimi, who is the current holder of the African Best Player, was stealing towels of goalkeepers. There's this other guy that plays, is it in Saudi Arabia? He did the same thing. The stewards, the ball boys in Morocco, they were stealing towels of goalkeepers. And CAF, what they did was just give match ban to some players, and I think they fined the Moroccan FA. That was a nonsense they did there. Now you guys are stripping Senegal of the Nations Cup. I think Senegal should take this case to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Yeah, because this is really, really very, very bad for African football. Sibal says, wait, is it real? If Morocco accepted the trophy, they are shameless. Moroccans are actually rejoicing in the streets of Morocco. So many of them came online last night and even today. They have been bashing me on Instagram, and I've been giving it back to them exactly the way they are pushing it. I've told them my mind that Morocco doesn't deserve to host any football major tournament ever again. With the nonsense they did in Morocco, they don't deserve it. If it were just the ball boys that did that, it would have been a different thing. The players did it, the stewards did it, the ball boys did it. Now this shows it was a coordinated attempt by the Moroccan Federation, the Moroccan Football Federation, to do everything possible to be able to win that Nations Cup. It is, and it shows that it's very much likely that the referees were paid, that the CAF, it's very much likely that CAF was paid. Even the Nigeria one against Morocco, what they did there, the Ghanaian referee, any little thing, he blows the whistle. He doesn't give Morocco a yellow card. He just stops and delays the game, delaying the tempo and the rhythm of the game. It is really crazy. Dildo says tomorrow morning would be catastrophic for an slot. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I think Galatasaray can get a good result against Liverpool tonight, honestly. Dennis Kagla says, do you think Turkey will qualify to the World Cup by beating Romania? Romania. I honestly do not know the players in Romania. Is this guy that plays for Spurs, Dragushin? Is Dragushin from Romania? Dennis Kagla. I don't know if Dragushin of Tottenham is from Romania. Milton says, hi Nobu, how were your predictions? Milton, my predictions yesterday were perfect. Out of the 5 predictions I made, 3 of them were accurate. The remaining 2 will play out today, Liverpool and Barcelona. I predicted an Arsenal 2-1 win. I predicted Madrid 2-1 win, and I predicted PSG 3-1 win against Chelsea. All 3 were correct. It's remaining the Barcelona and Liverpool games today. Anishkan says Morocco should be given a ban from hosting football tournaments. Yes, Anishkan, that is why I stand. Morocco should be given a football tournament ban. Honestly, they should be banned from hosting a tournament. Dennis Kagla says, can you make a video of predicting if Turkey will qualify? I will make a video during the international breaks. Yeah, that's after this weekend. Because I think this weekend is the last games to be played before the international break. So I'm definitely going to give my predictions for the playoff after the usual Premier League and La Liga Champions League games end. Galaxy Edit says Hala Madrid. Yeah, Hala Madrid. Madrid is through to the quarterfinals. And gradually they are looking more likely, but they are going to face, is it Bayern? That's a crazy one. That next fixture is going to be really tough. But let's see. Arsenal 2003 says, keep in faith that you need that desperate penalty versus Newcastle. Okay, you mean Barcelona? It was so unfortunate that Thiago, after the beautiful game Newcastle had, he had to cause a penalty late on, and that was really devastating to the Newcastle team. But I think Newcastle is going to put up a very good fight, and they can get a result in Camp Nou tonight. Guys, we have 16 people on this live. I need us to get the likes to 20. So if you are yet to hit the like button, kindly like the stream, guys. Kindly like the stream. Let's get the likes up, guys. And subscribe to Nobu's View if you're new. Haitoshi Dekisugi says, who is bigger, Manchester United or Barcelona? Barcelona might be the second best team in football ever. Now, Man United is definitely bigger than Barcelona. It's only Real Madrid. Yeah, it's only Real Madrid that actually comes close to Man United, honestly. It is only Madrid. Arsenal says, still without Kai Havertz's penalty, we could still be quarterfinals, 2-1 on aggregate, plus open play goal by Eze and Rice. Yeah, those two goals by Eze and Rice were very beautiful goals. Yeah, they were very beautiful goals, honestly. I love that strike from Eze. Yeah. Hoop Bulletin says, who do you think will win the Champions League and also the upcoming World Cup? The Champions League, I predicted that Bayern was going to win it. Then for the World Cup, definitely it's Portugal I'm going for. It's Portugal. BGMI says, no one cares Arsenal, baby. And Ishkan says, you guys are corner FC. But Arsenal didn't score a corner kick yesterday against Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen was so focused and fully prepared for the corner kicks, but Arsenal used other means to score. Arsenal 2003 says, because you can't even complete your remontada versus Atletico in the semi-final Copa del Rey, Barcelona incomplete comeback. Dildo says, Madrid fans shouldn't even talk about Arsenal. You guys got cooked by us 4 times. We won against you guys 4 times and we never lost. All right, let's see how the season will go. Okay, Madrid is actually on the opposite side of the tree. Yeah, it's only in the finals that Madrid and Arsenal can meet again this season. Yeah, it's only in the finals because they are on opposite sides of the tree. But let's see. Arsenal is very much likely to play Barcelona or Newcastle. But I think Newcastle is going to qualify. Dennis Kagla says, Sue, I hope Ronaldo wins his last World Cup. Yeah, I honestly wish he wins it for sure. Adam Johnson says, Tsunami is back again. Adam Johnson, welcome back. Subrap says, Man City lost. Yeah, Man City lost that game. They lost the game. Okay, Subrab, you're a Man City fan. Okay, I wasn't surprised that Man City lost because I actually predicted a 2-1 win for Madrid. And that was the exact score prediction that the game ended up to be. Haitoshi de Kisugi says, Bayern or AC Milan, who is bigger? Bayern or AC? Bayern or AC? I think it's pretty close though, but I think recently now Bayern has a bigger fan base than AC Milan. So I'll go with Bayern Munich. Yeah, Milton, welcome back. Dennis Kagla says, did you see N'Golo Kante's goal from out of the box at Fenerbahce? It was insane. Nah, I've not seen that. I've not seen it. Guys, let's get the likes up to 20. We are currently at 12 likes. And hit the like button and subscribe as well. Let's get the likes up, guys. Arsenal says, you're desperate enough to get Arsenal defensive players. Gain your own players in the Catalonian farmer fields, Barcelona. Okay. Dekisugi says, Arsenal or Bayern, who is bigger? Arsenal or Bayern? It's definitely Bayern. Bayern is bigger than Arsenal. But I think the fan base of Bayern, Bayern is bigger than Arsenal. Milton says, hello Nobu. So do you think Bayern will still do well? Bayern. Yeah, I still think Bayern is the clear favorite for the Champions League this season. Honestly, I do think so. And it's going to be an interesting Champions League, let me say, yeah. Because the quarterfinal, the semi-finals are going to be very, very interesting. Yes, they are going to be very interesting. PSG is very much likely to play the winner between Galatasaray and Liverpool. Yeah, then Madrid is going to play Bayern, because definitely Bayern will qualify because they are 6-1 up on aggregate against Atalanta, and they are playing the second leg at the Allianz Arena. So there's no way Atalanta is doing a remontada. They are not coming back from that. Bijami says, Arsenal, then why didn't you even win single Europe trophy? Chelsea says, this is what I said. Yeah, I told you that Chelsea is not going to qualify. They are definitely losing that game. Yeah, Chelsea are not going to beat PSG. Yeah, definitely. Dekisugi, Chelsea is bigger than Juventus. They are. And Iskan says, they say that new kid is better than Ahmad. Yeah, that's one problem with Arsenal fans. They just say crazy stuff. I don't know if they say it for the sake of saying or just to stir up arguments or conversations. I really do not know. Dekisugi says, Chelsea or Inter, who is bigger, please? Chelsea, Inter. I would say Chelsea is bigger. Yeah, because Chelsea have a very, very big fan base. Yaya says, PSG are the best team in Europe. I would love them in the final. PSG, they battered Chelsea last night. But I do think that Bayern will still beat PSG. Yeah, Bayern can still beat PSG, honestly. If Bayern is playing PSG in which they are very much likely to play them in the semi-finals, I think Bayern is going to beat PSG, honestly. Dennis Kagla says, did you see N'Golo Kante's goal? I honestly have not watched that. I didn't know he scored a goal for Fenerbahce over the weekend. Anishkan says, Kvaratskhelia will destroy you guys. Yeah, Kvaratskhelia is on a very good form at the moment. Prasad says, hello Madrid, hala Madrid. Yeah, bro, hala Madrid. Hala Madrid. Guys, let's get the likes up. Aditya Shakya says hello. Aditya, welcome back. It's been a while. Dildo says, BG Ami, are you delusional? Arsenal 2003 says, talk about Chelsea's historic defeat today, 8-2 on aggregate. Yeah, Chelsea. I have a lot of Chelsea fans that are my friends that are saying that their coach Liam Rosenio should be sacked. That the young guy doesn't know. The young guy doesn't know what he's doing. Whoa, it's lagging. Wow. I just came down to the chat below and saw people typing lagging. Is it still lagging now, guys, or is it better? Dildo says, BG Amit, let's talk H2H. You support Madrid, right? Now, BG Amit doesn't support Real Madrid. Arsenal says they hate the truth. Who Bulletin says better now? All right, thank you, guys. Ashi says Gyökeres is better than Delap. Yeah, for sure. Victor Gyökeres is better than Delap. I really don't understand what Delap is doing exactly. He's played in the Premier League, but he looks so lost. Whenever he comes on, he's just fighting. Yaya says people love to hate on Arsenal when they are doing well. Well, Arsenal. If the thing is, Arsenal has a very, very strong chance to do well on a general this season, but it depends on how they end their season. Ronaldo King, welcome back. Yeah, Hala Madrid. Nishid Divedi says, hello, Premier League fan. Divedi, welcome back. Arsenal says, Richarlison, you're joking. Took years for him to get in his form, mate. Now, for me, I don't rate Richarlison. I really do not rate him, honestly. I don't rate him. As she says, I'm a Spurs fan. I accept Gyökeres over Richarlison. Sorry. Yeah, for me, I really do not rate Richarlison, honestly. I really do not rate him. Yaya says I would swap Šeško for Gyökeres. Really? Do other Arsenal fans agree with you? Okay, let's ask other Arsenal fans in the chat. Arsenal fans in the chat, would you swap Šeško for Victor Gyökeres? Yaya says, what's your prediction for Sunday's final? Yeah, the Carabao Cup final. Oh, the Carabao Cup final. The Carabao Cup final. I'm looking at. There are so many things I'm looking at the moment before I give my prediction. I'll go for a 3-1 Arsenal win. Yeah, I'll go for a 3-1 Arsenal win against Man City in the final. Yeah, I'll go for a 3-1. I think Arsenal will beat Man City. Arsenal 2003 says, talk about training vs Madrid at the Emirates. Peter Tupek, is that an Indonesian flag? Peter, is that an Indonesian flag? Peter Tupek. Bijami says, even my Baniko Strava have more trophies also from Europe. Red Devil says, who is your first goal scorer for Man United? My first goal scorer for Man United? I don't understand. What do you mean by that question? I really do not understand you, Red Devil. You mean the first goal scorer when I started watching football? I don't get. Maybe you can paraphrase your question so I can understand what you mean. Anishkan says, FC Porto have more UCL than you guys. Even Marseille have more UCL than you guys. Prasad says, hey Rudiger, bro, you had great game yesterday. Keep shining, rooting for you in quarters. Oh my God, I don't know why people are calling me Antonio Rudiger. It's really funny. But thanks, by the way. Madrid had a fantastic game last night. Very important win against Man City at the Etihad. Through to the quarterfinal. So let's see. Arsenal says going back to the 80s or 90s to 2004 is very much a historic Barcelona fan. Hoop Bulletin says looks Polish. Who are you saying? Are you saying I look Polish? Samiran says London will be blue next season and will be always. Okay, how about this season? What color is London? Ronaldo says 2018 Arsenal won verse 3 Hala Madrid. Ashi says let's be honest, 1 Arsenal, 2 Chelsea, 3 Spurs. You mean London clubs? Spurs since last season have been terrible. Okay, Red Devil says, who is your first goal scorer versus Bournemouth? Okay, now I understand your question. Okay, who is going to score the first goal versus Bournemouth? I think Man United will score the first goal against Bournemouth. And I reckon it's going to be a set piece. Either Maguire or Casemiro. Yeah, Man United will score the first goal in that game. Adi FC Edit says, hi Noble, did you watch Sporting Bodo? No, I didn't watch that game. I just saw the notifications. I decided to have a little bit of rest when I came back because I had a very stressful day. So I didn't watch the Sporting Bodo game. But I was really disappointed with the scoreline though. 5-0 was the scoreline for Sporting against Bodo Glimt. I honestly didn't see that coming. That was the game that shocked me the most yesterday. I saw the Arsenal win, I saw the PSG win, I saw the Madrid win. But that Sporting, yeah, even though I didn't add the Sporting game in my prediction, but at least I was looking at Bodo Glimt scoring maybe 1 goal or 2 goals, even though they will lose. Yeah, I know Bodo Glimt wasn't going to win. But I was looking at, okay, at least they will score 1 goal or 2, but they were unable to score even 1. It's a very, very big loss for them. Milton says, Noble, what is your prediction? For which game, Milton? Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, guys. And if you're new to the channel, kindly hit the subscribe button. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get it up. Ole cool. Tell me something where I no fit do. Chavez says, what about the Senegal vs Morocco scandal? Yeah, bro, that is really a disgrace for African football. Honestly, it is really, really a very big disgrace. And no one saw this nonsense coming from CAF. We thought that after the ban and the fine they gave to some players and also the Moroccan national team suspended the Senegalese manager. Yeah, I felt like that was the end of it. But going forward to do this, it is really shameful for African football and for CAF. It just shows how terrible and bad CAF is. They are pointing out the Article 82 and 84. How about the things that went on in the game? How about the goal that Senegal scored? Which article are you going to call for that? It's really crazy. And it's a shame for African football, honestly. Arsenal 2003 says, Arsenal had won the Premier League back in 1997-98 season, mate. I think Arsenal is the 3rd team with the highest league title. Okay, would I say 2nd, right? Yeah, because joint 1st is Man United and Liverpool on 20. Arsenal is 2nd with, I think, about, is it 12 or 13? I think it's about 12 or 13 Premier League titles that Arsenal has. Man City is behind Arsenal. Yeah, Man City is behind Arsenal. Chelsea is like 4th or 5th. Samiran says all these legends for only one prem. TT had to come to Barca for UCL title. uh Arsenal says one prem. TT won 2 prems with Arsenal, mate. Subrab says, are Chelsea, Spurs, and Man City now even a traditional 6 club or not? Chelsea and Man City are still traditional 6, but Spurs for me, I no longer regard them as traditional 6 anymore. Yeah. Spurs, I no longer regard them as traditional 6. Yaya says, love the Eze confidence walk celebration last night. The guy has class. Great signing by Arteta. Yeah, it was a very, very good signing. And I wasn't happy with the stuff I was seeing between Arteta and Eze about, let's say, 6 weeks or 8 weeks ago. Eze wasn't getting game time. He always keeps him on the bench. Maybe he comes in 10 minutes and you expect him to do magic in 10 minutes. But I'm really happy that Eze is actually starting games now and you can actually see the dividends of that. Samiran says, where did Man City come from? Aniskan says, Arsenal guys are delusional. Arsenal says they aren't traditional now. For me, Spurs are no longer traditional 6 now. They are not. Guys, you all should be ready for Arsenal fans. Once Arsenal wins this league, they are going to chase everyone out of the internet space. Honestly, Arsenal are going to chase everyone out of the internet space. This is exactly the reason that made me not to support them earlier on, honestly, because Arsenal fans, we are not going to hear the last of it from now to the next 5 years. We are not. And peradventure they make it 2 or 3 trophies this season. Hell no. They are going to tell you that Arsenal is the greatest club in the history of mankind. Arsenal 2003 says City big gaps there, mate. Not even close to traditional. No, City. Now City is also part of the traditional 6 like right now, because if you check the past how many years, City have been top of the game, like competing since 2000 and is it 2011? Yeah, I would say from 2009 when Roberto Mancini came to Man City. I think is it Mansour, Sheikh Mansour, what they call him, the Abu Dhabi man. He came, I think, in 2009 or 2010. They brought Robinho, brought the Italian manager Roberto Mancini, and he got them their first league title in a very, very long time. And after he left, Pellegrini came and won the title pre-Guardiola time. I think that was in 2012. Yeah. He won the title in 2012. Was it 212? Yeah, he won it 212 for Man City. Yaya says if Arsenal won the quad, they would still be trying to look for a reason to hate on us. They just immature fans who don't give Arsenal their credit. Well, will Arsenal win a quadruple? I don't think they can. Will Arsenal win a major trophy this season? Yes. The most likely is the Prem. Yeah, but I do think Arsenal is going to win 2 trophies this season. The Premier League and the Carabao Cup. These are 2 trophies I see Arsenal winning this season. But let's see how it goes. Arsenal 2003 says, who started this hatred, mate? Subrab says, like, bro, you're talking about City not being traditional 6 club, but I think Arsenal are not the traditional 6 club. Traditional 6, if you want to look at it in the sense of 20 years ago, okay, let's say 20 years ago or 25 years ago. City was not among the traditional six or the big six then. Because teams that were big six then, let's say 25 years ago, that's about from 2001, 2002. Teams that were in the big six were Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool were just in between. Yeah, Liverpool did amazing in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, Liverpool dominated the Premier League and Europe in the 70s and 80s. That was when they won most of their Champions Leagues. And you have Newcastle. Newcastle was also a big team then. In the early 2000s, Newcastle was really big. Leeds United as well. Leeds United was really, really big. So Man City just started, I think, since 2011. Yeah, it's since 15 years now, I would say. Is for the past 15 years that you would say, okay, Man City has been in among the big six. But prior to that, Man City wasn't. It's the likes of Newcastle, Blackburn then, and Leeds United. Yeah. Arsenal 2003 says Pep Guardiola still couldn't be able to defeat Madrid most. Yeah, and the funniest part of it is that he couldn't defeat Alvaro Arbeloa, who is still an amateur coach. I don't know why Pep always struggles against coaches that are still, would I say, up and coming, or they've not yet gotten a very, very strong CV. I don't know why he struggles against such coaches. Maybe he doesn't have enough data on how he wants, or on how those coaches play. Victor Osimhen says Galatasaray love. Yeah, Gala is definitely winning Liverpool tonight, honestly. Neymar says, OMG, did you see Vini score 2 goals against Man City? It was crazy. Yeah, Vini should have scored a hat-trick last night. He should have. He missed a couple of chances, but I'm really happy he scored 2 goals in the game. Arsenal 2003 says, when these people talk about Arsenal, hatred comes. When it's about Manchester City, shitty 115 charges, ignoring the fact that it's true. Yeah, I really don't know what is wrong with the Premier League, what is going on with the Premier League. Manchester City still has 115 count charge lingering around their necks, and they've been allowed to do business since, while Chelsea recently, I think a couple of days ago, was it 2 days ago, Chelsea were handed a transfer ban and I think a 10.7 million fine, 10.7 million pounds fine. I think it's a 9-month academy ban with 1 year first team ban. It's really crazy. But Man City, 115 count charge, no decision yet. It's really crazy. And I think Man City should be relegated to League 2. Yeah, with the 115, taking points off Leicester City, taking points off Everton, and yeah, Everton appealed that decision. Now they've fined Chelsea. In as much as I don't even like Chelsea, Chelsea is the club that I dislike the most. Yeah, but let's call a spade, honestly. I really do not know what is wrong with the English Premier League. The FA, I don't know what they are doing. Yaya says that Chelsea fine was laughable, suspending it for 2 years. Yeah, it's just crazy. I really do not know what FA is doing. FA seems as though they are biased because this Man City stuff has been lingering. I don't know if they are waiting for Pep Guardiola to leave Manchester City before they actually pass the judgment and take action against Man City. I really do not know what their plan actually is, honestly. Subrap says, Nay Nobu, you are saying Man City should be relegated because you are a United fan. No, I'm not saying this because I'm a United fan. I'm saying this for the sake of football itself. Man City has 115 count charge, and there is no way you are going to tell me out of the 115, at least Man City will be guilty for 50 or 60 of those charges. If you want to maybe cut off the other charges out of the 115, most definitely over 50 or 60 charges are going to be accurate. Why is the judgment not yet passed? They keep pushing it and pushing it. But you see them take quick judgment against the likes of Chelsea, against the likes of Leicester City, against the likes of Everton, and other teams as well. It's really, really bad for the Premier League's credibility, honestly. The Premier League is the best league in the whole world. Yeah, it's the best league in the whole world. But you see what the FA is doing. It's really not nice for the integrity of the league. They should take action against Manchester City. Why is this lingering? Arsenal 2003 says Manchester City was a great example of a guilty one, mate. Yeah, that's it, bro. It's just so glaring. It is so glaring that there is something fishy going on between Manchester City and the FA. BJami says, yes, who do you think will be Starboy of Brazil? Starboy of Brazil. Estevao, I like Estevao, but I think Chelsea struggling right now is really affecting the kid. But I really like William Estevao. Yeah, I really like the kid. He's level-headed and he's got very good quality. Yeah, he's got very good quality. Guys, let's get the likes up to 20. We are currently on 18 likes. Let's get the likes up. And if you are yet to subscribe to Noble's View, guys, hit the subscribe button. Let's get it up. Let's get it up, guys. Bijami says, Noble, don't waste your good time with this Arsenal shit, bro. Nuno says, John Peter. Who is John Peter? Alfaran says, Noble, remember me? I honestly do not remember. It's been a very long time you joined, so I really can't remember. Bijami says, Arsenal Cup, it's not your problem. You're typing so much. Bijami, what's the problem? Did he type anything inappropriate? Princess Davis says they will be lost. Who are you saying will be lost? Samiran says next match Man United vs Bournemouth. Yeah, the game is going to be played at the Vitality Stadium. It's on Friday. Yeah, next tomorrow. The game is on Friday and I think it's going to be a very tough one, but Man United can win that game. Nuno says Joao Pedro to be the star boy from Brazil in World Cup. Nah, I don't think so. I think Estevao might have a very good tournament. He might, but the thing is, he will not start. That's another thing. Let's see who is going to start for Brazil, though. We'll get a glimpse of that in the March international break. Yaya says the FA stopping Newcastle from becoming one of the best teams in the world. They are the richest club right now. Yes, it's the whole PSR and FFP rule. Yeah, that's it. Yaya says they let Chelsea do it. Chelsea is bypassing the loopholes in the rules. Its Vibe House says, guys, Valverde and Vini V letter is also have same. I feel my aura now. And Iskan says that's the reason I hate this Arsenal fan. Sobraf says, bro, even Arsenal are not even the best London team. Chelsea, I think Chelsea has a right to brag more about their London success more than Arsenal because Chelsea has European success while Arsenal doesn't. Yeah, Chelsea have won, I think, is it 2 Europa League and 2 Champions Leagues. So it's Spurs also have, I think, about 2 or 3 Europa League titles. Arsenal doesn't. So that's the main thing people use to banter Arsenal so much about not having any European trophy. But let's see if Arsenal can actually do something different this season. But I doubt Arsenal will win the Champions League. I reckon they will win The Premier League and the Carabao Cup. Yeah. These are the two trophies I see Arsenal winning this season. Anishkan says he's having problems with our conversation. Bijami said he started to get into me. What I'm talking about with Anishkan is already gone a bit overboard. Bijami, if he doesn't, the thing is, people are entitled to their opinion. If he doesn't insult or maybe spam the chat, then you should allow him to air his views. Understand? Tanme Surelia says, please say hara. What does that mean? Who is this guy? Falal Alawal from UAE saying, do you remember me? Of course I do remember you, bro. Definitely I remember you. Welcome back. Tres says you're wearing a Real Madrid kit. Yeah, I've always made it known from the beginning. Madrid is my second team. Man United has always been my first love of the game. And it won't change from that. Yeah, Madrid, I started supporting Madrid 2009. Mainly because of Ronaldo. Yeah, but Man United, I've been a United fan for about 25 years now. Yaya says Arsenal won the Cup Winners' Cup in '94, which was a major European trophy. Come on, Yaya. You guys have never won the Champions League. You guys have never won the Europa League. So just chill, bro. You lot should just focus on seeing if you can win a European trophy this season. Let's see. Tarat says it is difficult to understand your accent. Really? Come on, bro. My accent is actually very, very easy to understand. Jacob Saga says parts are real. What parts? Jared Brown says, well, you're not from Madrid, are you? Nah, I'm not from Madrid. I'm Nigerian. But I support Man United and Madrid. Madrid is my second. Subrab says they will later say Saka is better than Prime Messi and Ronaldo. The thing is, one issue I usually have with Arsenal fans is they overhype their players, and it doesn't sit well with me most times. Yeah. Like I told them, I'm a very, very big fan of Bukayo Saka. He's a good kid. He's been very consistent in the past couple of years. Yeah, in as much as this season for me has been Saka's worst season since he got promoted to the Arsenal senior team. Yeah, but I still rate him very well. But the level at which Arsenal fans place him, I really do not think he's up to that level. But I love Saka. He has to improve in his game. Yeah, he has to improve very well in his game. But let's see. Sunny Godwin says, prediction on Barcelona and Newcastle. I already did my predictions video yesterday that I posted. So you can check my predictions short video after the stream. You can check it out. The Newcastle game against Barcelona in Camp Nou, I predicted Newcastle to win 1-0. It's an unpopular opinion, but that's my prediction. The three predictions I made yesterday were actually correct. I predicted a 3-1 PSG win against Chelsea. I predicted 2-1 Madrid win against Man City, and also 2-1 Arsenal win against Leverkusen. All three games were wins for the team. Just a slight difference in the exact score prediction. So I think Gala is going to beat Liverpool tonight, and also Newcastle is going to qualify against Barcelona tonight. Prime Exap says Saka is not consistent. I think one problem that Saka had last season and the season before that was injuries. Yeah, Saka will start the season well, and middle of season he gets injured. He will miss about 8 weeks or 6 weeks. When he comes back, maybe 8-10 games for the season to end, he will try to see how he can pick his form. So this is one thing that has actually derailed Saka's game. Yeah, that's one thing that has actually derailed Saka's game. So I've been following him. I've been following the kid for a very long time, ever since he came to the senior team. Yeah, but like I said, he needs to improve on his game, honestly. BG Ami says, come on, bro, Vinny is good this season. Vinny is better this season than he was last season. Sunny Godwin says, it's in Camp Nou. Barcelona never lost a match in Camp Nou. It's football, bro. You are gonna see a different team fight tooth and nail to get a win by all costs. So it's not going to be an easy ride. Yes, it's Camp Nou. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's the Champions League, bro. Be it Camp Nou or Bernabeu or Etihad or Emirates, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's the Champions League. And Iskan says Luka Vuskovic will be one-man army in the defense of Croatia national football team. Okay, he's Croatian, Vuskovic. Okay, Prime Exam says, I think Galatasaray will draw 1-1 at Anfield. 1-1. I think it's possible they might draw 1-1, but I'm looking at a win. I'm looking at a win for Gala against Liverpool. Liverpool is so inconsistent. If Gala can play with the same intensity they did play with in Istanbul, definitely they can beat Liverpool at Anfield. Yeah, is it not the same Anfield that Spurs went to and got a 1-1 draw? Anfield is no longer that fortress it used to be, honestly. It's no longer that fortress. Sunny Godwin says, bro, the match is in Camp Nou. It still doesn't matter, my bro. It doesn't matter. Sunny Godwin says, Barcelona 4-1 Newcastle. All right, let's see what the outcome of the game is going to be then. Prime Exam says, Newcastle are dark horse. Now, the dark horse team has already been knocked out. Bodo Glimt. Yaya says, trust me, Arsenal fans don't overhype players. We are more critical than opposing fans. I've never thought Saka is world class. Players are starting to figure him out because he does the same thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I would say out of so many Arsenal fans I know that I've seen, you are one of many that usually is not biased in terms of your players' qualities. I'm being honest with you. You're an Arsenal fan, and I think it's the second time I'm saying this to you. I don't see many Arsenal fans that don't overhype their players. I'm being honest. It's just only a few that do not overhype their players. Honestly. When you check the internet, you ask some Arsenal fans some questions, you see them spewing some nonsense. I'm like, what is this guy on something? What exactly is he saying? So it's not that Arsenal fans don't overhype. Arsenal fans overhype their players a lot, more than. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Bukayo Saka, yes, but the level at which some Arsenal fans rate him, I do not place him there. Prime Exam says, by the way, Bodo Glimt won't play next Champions League. Instead, Vikings will play. Prime Exam says, football is unpredictable. Yeah, football is really unpredictable. Look at that game from Bodo Glimt last night. They couldn't even score one goal. Toxic Eddie says, disgrace from CAF. Yeah, CAF is really crazy. Honestly, they are crazy. Samiran says Kavara is the best player in the world right now. Kavara had a very, very good round of 16 against Chelsea. He scored, I think, 3 goals in both games, right? It's crazy. Aniskan says Toxic Edit at least is a good guy. Sobrav says, bro, do not predict the match Atletico Spurs because these both clubs are too unpredictable. Yes, Atletico and Spurs game are really tough, but I think Spurs are already knocked out. I think they have been knocked out. Yaya says, remember Noble, I live close to the Emirates and speak to a lot of Arsenal fans in the pub and at games. Well, I know you live close to the Emirates. Yeah, I understand that. But my point is, I've seen lots of Arsenal fans online, and some people who I know closely, like in real life, people I know very closely, some couple of friends that are Arsenal fans, the way they rate their players, it's unbelievable. Prime Exam says, I predict Atletico will win 3-1 versus Spurs. They are too inconsistent. Atletico Spurs. Well, I think personally that game, I don't want to predict that game because that game it's dicey. You really do not know what to expect from that game. Yeah. But the first leg, I knew definitely Atletico was going to win. But this second leg, you really do not know what to expect from that game. It's Vibe Up says, guys, Madrid are going to win UCL or not. If Madrid beat Bayern, if Madrid is able to beat Bayern, then I think they can win the Champions League. But I don't see Madrid beating Bayern. Yeah, I don't see Madrid beating Bayern. But I actually love the setup of the Madrid and Bayern with PSG 3. That side is actually more competitive than the other side that Arsenal is playing. Yeah. Arsenal has a very, very easy, also Barcelona. They have very easy teams to play on their side, but the other side is more difficult than the Barcelona and Arsenal tree. Prime Exam says, yeah, Arsenal fans in an interview said Saka is better than Prime Messi and Ronaldo. Yeah, that's what I'm telling. Yeah, that some Arsenal fans, when you hear them talk, you just want to puke. Yaya says, imagine this Arsenal team with Kava and Yamal. Yeah, this Arsenal team with Kvaratskhelia and Yamal will be. I'm not gonna lie, they will be unstoppable. Yeah, they will be unstoppable. The Arsenal left flank is actually dead. That left flank that Martinelli plays, that place is like there is no activity from that flank. Honestly, that flank is dead. And Saka has been predictable recently in terms of what his decision is going to be. Like, you just have to be unpredictable. Make defenders try to give themselves headache to anticipate what your next move is going to be. Victor Yokere says the quadruple is on. You have to win a trophy first before you begin to talk about the quadruple, bro. And Iskan says Lookman will look at the Spurs defenders and destroy them. I think Lookman has dropped in the last 2-3 games, but Spurs Atletico second leg. I know Atletico has already qualified, but in terms of the result of that game, you really do not know what to expect. Victor Yokere says Arsenal are the best team in the world. Okay. BJami says, don't these fast guys, bro. Let's see. Lenny Emlyn says, I'm back. Lenny Emlyn, welcome back to the channel. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. Oh, mo pa maloju. Lenny Emlyn, welcome back. Guys, if you're new to the channel, kindly hit the like button and also don't forget to subscribe. Let's get the likes up. I want to see if we can get to 50 likes on the stream this morning before I end the stream, guys. Let's get the likes up. Yaya says, depends on the person, I guess. Some are positive, some negative, some neutral. I understand, Yaya, but most Arsenal fans are really funny, honestly. Yaya says, Nate, Trossard is still good on the left. It's good that him and Martinelli are fighting for that place. Easy sub for Arteta that keeps us fresh for 90 minutes. Puts pressure on opposition right back. Trossard in the last 4-6 weeks, Trossard has not been at the top of his game the way he was in November, December, and early January. Yeah. And Martinelli as well in the last couple of games has not been as effective. If you check the goals coming out from the left wing of Arsenal in the past 4 weeks or 5 weeks, it's not been as it used to be earlier on in the season. Yeah, so that left wing for me is not actually very active. Mahmoud Halabi says, "Can I give you 10D?" What's 10D? Sobrab says, "Is he still playing?" Who are you asking if he's still playing? Bijami says, "Pedri, bro, I forget Helne." Okay. Vibe Hub says, "Okay, you guessed it right." Anishkan says, "Sergio Busquets." All right, guys, I'll be ending the stream now. I will see you guys later tonight for the live watch along for our Champions League games. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Vibe Hub says, "Bro, who thinks about biscuits now?" Yaya says, "Trossard has had his best season this year. Arsenal are only left Arsenal only a left winger and striker away from being a top team." Um, well, a left winger, I do agree with you that Arsenal uh, definitely needs a new left winger. That's for sure. And Trossard, that was why I told you, Trossard earlier on in the season was explosive. He was scoring crucial goals, playing really well, but the last couple of weeks he's not been at that level he was earlier on in the season. Yeah, and I think if he had continued with that form, honestly, I think he would have maybe be in contention for player of the season or maybe have a very, very strong chase for the best player of the season. Yeah, but he has dropped off. That's why we are talking about the Arsenal attack not doing justice or exactly what they need to do. It's the Arsenal defense and goalkeeper and midfield, by the way, that has been very, very solid. Yeah, but forward for Arsenal has not been at the level they are supposed to be. But let's see. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later tonight for our live watch alongs. The Liverpool game against Galatasaray, Barcelona, Newcastle, Bayern against Atalanta, and Spurs against Atletico de Madrid. All right, guys, let's get the likes up to 30. And thank you guys very much. And don't forget to subscribe to Noble's View for those who are just joining us for the first time. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. And take care. Yaya says all the players are tired. They've played a lot of games, a lot more games than United. I know you must want to get a jab at my United, but it's all good. ah, oh, it's all good. Mariam, welcome back. About going off the stream. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Noble's View. Take care and peace out. Bye, guys.